Welcome back, guys, to Based or Cringe, where we test out different farming strategies in the Path of Exile. And today I'm going all in on Alva. I have spent 4,500 chaos on rolling these maps. That's just chaos orbs on rolling them. I spent much more. I exalted them, I deli orbed them, I split them, I pack size chiseled them. A pack size chisel is 100C. We'll have a proper breakdown of how much I spent, but this is it. I'm running T16.5 Jungle Valleys with Deli rolled to at least 196% more currency and 55 pack size. Most of these are a lot better than that. For example, actually there's a 193, but it's 68 pack size. Let me show you some good ones. 262% more currency. Let me show you something even cooler. 375% more currency with 68 pack size. I have two of these in this pile. But what is this strat? This is the Domination Scarab of Evolution Alva strat. This strategy is about clearing the map and then picking up the Evolution Shrine, which will evolve blue monsters that you kill to rare, and then you're killing a bunch of rare monsters. And every time you kill rare monsters, 8 to 12 additional Beyond Portals spawn, and those Beyond Portals will spawn even more blues that you will continue to upgrade with the Evolving Shrine. It's basically you go into an Alva and you kill thousands of monsters, all blue, because of these two Scarabs, Incursion, Scarab of Champions, two of these for 70% chance for the mobs to be blue. And then this node for the last 33%. So every monster in every Alva is always going to be blue. And then they're going to get upgraded by the Evolution Shrine. And then they're going to spawn Beyond Portals, which are going to be still, could be blue mobs, which could be still upgraded to. Anyway, it's an insane amount of mobs in the Alvas. And then we're also putting Scarab of Wisp, which will give them some Wildwood juice. So this is the Flex Scarab. There is a lot of possibilities here. Risk is not one of them, because Evolving Shrine is a shrine which is a buff. So if you risk Scarab into buffs expire faster, the map is dead, okay? You can risk it, but you can just brick your map with that one mod. So I don't think risk is a good choice. One other alternative is Scarab of Monstrous Lineage. It's a little cheaper than the Wisp, but this is a really expensive strategy. You really shouldn't be like min-max saving on Scarabs. Magic pack size is very powerful. Increased magic monsters is not. I did some extensive testing with Bloodline Scarab, and so we're trying to make this strat not a communist strat, because if this was our last Scarab, we would only use red Scarabs. Anyway, Bloodline Scarab is bad. It's not only expensive, increased magic monsters doesn't actually increase the rares that you get in the Alvas, because all the mobs in the Alvas are already magic, and this just increases the already existing magic monsters. But the monsters are kind of getting converted into magic monsters by this Scarab and the node on the tree. So Bloodlines is actually terrible. Don't run Bloodlines. But what you could run is Monstrous Lineage for increased magic pack size. This works, but because you already have so much pack size on the maps, the effectiveness of 40% magic pack size is kind of diminished by how high you roll these maps. And then the other alternative is Horned Scarab of Nemesis. This gives 2 additional modifiers to every rare. This is very powerful because you're killing a lot of rares. That's where the loot comes from. But this also makes them harder, which, I mean, if you're running this strat, your character is strong and you should be fine. But this is another alternative. I think Nemesis is better if you have a Wildwood on the map, and I think Wisp is better if you don't have a Wildwood on the map. Most of the maps, obviously, we won't have a Wildwood. This is not a Wildwood fishing strategy. There is a strategy that does basically this, but with cheaper maps and just fishes for Wildwood and only run the Wildwood. But we're not doing that. We're committing and running all of the 50 maps. I think for that strat, if you're fishing for Wildwood, both of these Scarabs are better than the Wisp. That's the Scarabs. What about the tree? Bismuth is very good because we're killing a lot of rares, and what Bismuth does is gives an extra modifier to every rare, so it's like half a Nemesis Scarab, right? And also another 30% chance to add another second modifier. So we're doing Bismuth, and we're also putting Settlers on the map device. Basically with this, we're gonna have about 60% chance-ish to have a Bismuth on our map. And then we're running Beyond, of course, with all merging radius. I'm doing red altars. You can do blue. Alva nodes, Beyond with currency nodes, and shrines, specifically Quant Shrine, because Quant is good. We are qualitying our maps, so we're taking Chiseled Perfection, and we actually couldn't complete the Quant wheel because this tree is so stretched. We need to take these shrine duration nodes because it's really important that this evolution shrine does not expire. You have to have the evolution shrine last for the entire all 4 alvas, or at least in the 4th alva while you kill the blue monsters, so they can evolve into rare monsters. The way I achieve this is a rune graft of the warp. Buffs on you expire 30% slower. This works for shrines. I'm also using Solstice Vigil. Gain Shaper's Presence for 10 seconds when you kill a rare or unique enemy. This gives you a buff that lets buffs on you expire slower, and you're constantly killing rares, so this will be up all the time. And the last piece of the puzzle is the Gull. Now, you could run with this helm, but you don't actually need to, because the shrine duration of the Gull is snapshot on shrine activation. So if you put on the Gull, you click the shrine, you take off the Gull, and your shrine duration will be as if you were wearing the Gull. The shrine effect does not snapshot. The shrine effect is dynamic, but the shrine duration is snapshotting. So we clear the map for altars, we run up to the shrine, put on the Gull, click the shrine. It's gonna last for 1 minute 37 seconds, and then we put our old helm back on and we do the alvas. And it's gonna last way longer because we have buffs expire slower and buffs expire slower from Solstice Vigil. That's the strat. Once again, these maps are giga expensive and pretty hard. They can be, but I don't know if I've done a lot of testing and I think it should be fine. I have a couple of backup maps if things go wrong, but that's the plan. On the map device, we're putting Settlers for Bismuth, and maybe on a couple of maps, if I see that they're gonna be really hard or really tanky, I might put Domination for some extra shrine power for the, Speed Shrine, Exploded Shrine, stuff like that. Explode is really nice to have here for the strat. You can also get stuff like Ash's Mirror to crutch on flat damage because you are killing thousands of mobs down there in the Alva, so Ash's Mirror is insane. I don't think I need it, but I have one in case I do. I will be running this with a Mage Blood and an Inspired Learning. To me, it's enough because my character is pretty good, but if you don't have a really good character, you should run a Headhunter. You're killing a fuck ton of rares, so you will be getting a lot of Headhunter buffs, a lot of character power. It is really important that you pay attention to your Alva temple. All of the loot is going to come from the Alva, or like 90%, 80%, 90% of the loot is going to come from the Alvas. So you have to take out your temple every 3 maps, because you do 4 incursions per map. A temple is 12 incursions. Alva will have an exclamation mark on top of her head when a temple is ready. Just click her and take the temple. Otherwise, you go into your next, multi-divine map, and then there is no Alvas, and you're really sad. So, try to pay attention to the Alva. Reason for Jungle Valley, obviously, no boss altars. Good layout map. You can do this on dunes and go around and kill the boss. You can do this on any layout really, but Jungle Valley is nice for boss altar blocking. Okay, that's been a lot of yapping. That's probably the longest Base Star Cringe intro ever. I think we are ready to blast. These maps are gonna be crazy. So let's go. Oh, that was so many blues in this room. Okay. And then they respawned, and then they respawned, and then they respawned. 335 rares killed this map so far. That's how it's supposed to look. Next Alva. As always, we're gonna keep the loot rolling. I don't wanna, lose the buffs and all that and the shrine, so we instantly just leave and go do the next Alva, and then we'll go back and loot after. That's how I'm gonna run these. Seems pretty juicy though. And we have a nice mob count, or the types of monsters that we're killing on the bottom right corner. Very, very pay-to-win map device. No longer available, I think. It was an expensive supporter pack. It's called the Wheel of Pain map device. People are gonna ask, so I'll put this in. If you don't pick up loot in Alva, you can go back and loot it. No, the loot drops upstairs in the map. You don't ever have to go back in the Alva. Nothing drops here. I can press Alt and there's no items. All the loot is generated when you, well, when you kill the monster, and then it's saved until you exit the portal, and then it drops around the Alva. It's a nice loot explosion. So we got 2 div here, 1 div here, a containment, a puzzle box. So this is 2 Alvas here. Exalt, 10C, and then there's 2 more Alvas on the other side of the map.
I'm eating a salad.
We loot and we go next map. That's the strat. Look, guys, it's the nameless Seersucker. So, quick update. After a really quick deliberation of one map, I've decided to also scry something for the strat, because it's a really expensive strat, so might as well go all out. I ran one map without scrying. We're gonna scry Ivory Temple onto Jungle Valley. Ivory Temple has the Sephiroth card, which is basically 1 div, and then IC Brothers, which is basically 1 fracturing orb, which is like 4 or 5 div. I don't know the exact price right now, but it's pretty good. As always, if you don't want to scry, you can take that out at the end. These cards will only come from this. We're not juicing for cards, but maybe we'll get a few, maybe not. 8, 9 div actually for a fracturing orb. That's crazy. Okay, so we are scrying this to Jungle Valley. It took me 4 maps to find the Seer this time. Much faster than last time. Very cool. 700 rare mobs. Okay. On map number 2 already. Okay. Let's see. Noting here. Double Beanos. Okay, we duped the Beanos. That's pretty cool, actually. Beanos are 3 div. Wow, okay, so 6 div. There was an infamous merc. Okay. We'll check the infamous merc, okay? Surely he is holding the mirror hostage.
High accents don't bluff. Know what you're walking into.
Fuck. The cheddar was right. There's actually a divine on the merc. Hello? Okay. I was wrong. Let's see it. 2 divines. Abomination. Okay, any spoilers here? 1 divine. And some belts. Jungle Valley map. Nice. Those are good. This is pretty fun, actually. Very, very high octane gameplay. You can make it low octane by, you know, just using 2 Shrine Scarabs, but I like the thrill of trying to keep up. It's pretty fun. Okay, 3 raw divs this map. 3 div. Yo. Okay. That's a nice stack. Okay, let's check the last one. 1 more div up here. Okay, that's solid. 5 div, 5 raw div map, 2 puzzle box. Wasn't even a great rolled map, actually. Oh god. It's so laggy. Nah, what is this? Teacher! The slides. I don't know about this one, guys. I mean, I cleared 3 Alvas at least, but yeah, Wildwood is a little difficult. Now, what's in the loot explosions? 661 rares is nice. 20 Stee stack is good. What about here? 2 divine, puzzle box, lots of chaos. Okay. I am so full. BRB. Actually, I want to see the loot explosions. I want to see the things. There's another 2 div, another puzzle box, lots of chaos, and the last one. Abomination. Oh, Drowning Orb. Perfect. I need to dump. Okay. Not bad, but not great either. What is going on? What is this video game? Dude, this video game is fucking awesome. This video game is something else, man. No other game has this. What is this? What is happening on the screen? Okay, next Alva. Bye. Ah! Wait. Okay, something ting. Doesn't matter. We'll look at it later. Good luck. Alright. Now, the moment of truth. 3 juicy Alvas. I can already feel the lag at the edge of the screen. 2 divine, 2 puzzle box, 3 puzzle box. Okay, next. 1 divine, 1 puzzle box. And the final Alva. Tainted Divine Teardrop. Yo, that's so rare. What the fuck? I think I've only ever found 1 or 2 of these. It's 6 div. Damn. Good beyond currency. First good beyond currency drop. Hell yeah. Ooh. Icy Brothers. Okay, we got the first card. Huh. 8.2 div. Nice. Okay, that's our first result from the scrying. This is map number 11, I believe. Okay, there's gonna be some spoilers here, because it's too close. Divine Siege Axe. Okay, we got a T0. Another one. Nice. Well, we still got 2 more Alvas to do. Power Divine. Bro. You fight well. Thank you. Does he drop anything? 200 gold. Okay, guys. That was our first Starfall Crater. And we got 200 gold. Moving on. I guess you will find some Starfall Craters because you're settlersing on the strategy, but yeah. Okay, double Great Wolf. They are both bad, but it's good good dust. 2 div. And a lot of clicks that I have to perform.
That someone would extract surplus value from their system. But isn't this exactly what capitalism teaches us?
Yep.
To maximize profit, to exploit every inefficiency? This user is the perfect neoliberal subject.
Alright, 2 more Alvas up here. Oh, Icy Brothers, another one. And 2 div. Yo, it's like 10 div from this Alva. Nice. What about the last Alva? It had a puzzle box, 3 Exalts, and an Abomination map. Alright. That was a decent map. Alright, 2 Divine from the last one too. Okay, Affliction kind of saved this map, but for some reason I had really low mob count on this one. Like half of what I had in the last map, for example. 326, that's probably the lowest rares I've ever had in these maps. But we got decent Affliction, so we got 6 raw div. Nothing else though, no Sacreds, no puzzle boxes. However, we got a Twilight Regalia with tier 1 flat fractured ES. That should be pretty good. 5 div, maybe 6, 7 div even. That's a really good fracture. Nice. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm locked in here with some shapers. Excuse me. What is this video game? Save me. Get me out. Budget of this strategical build, I don't know. Probably spent around 5 mirrors over the league, but at different points where mirrors were different prices, so it's I can't see anything. What is this? But you can run this strat on like a 2-300 div build. It's Headhunter, Explode, Wonder. Headhunter carries hard. I'm not even using it, but it's better than this. This character isn't built for the strat from the ground up. If you want to build something like this, you build a Headhunter, Explode, Wonder. It's probably the best. Or a bow build, but that's way more expensive. All right, 2 more Alvas. Okay, I'm checking the things. Okay, I was too close. I had to see it. It's Divine Puzzle Box. 824 rare mobs. Another Tainted Exalt. Yo.
I'm gonna come.
That's 120C. That should thing. That's fine. Okay, 2 Tainted Exalts and 2 Div, 1 Puzzle Box, 2 regular Exalts. And we still have an Alva to check. This was a pretty good map. 2 more. Okay, this one tinged. There we go. See? See? Relic Key, 2 Div, 2X. And 20C, 17C. This was a good one. Okay, watch this, guys. Yoink. What's the spine bow? Oh! That was clutch. Okay. Spine bow with extra arrow fracture, 55C. God damn it, it's not a bow league. Guys, only T2. What if it had 2 arrows? That would be good. That would be really good. But it doesn't have 2 arrows. Whatever. 50C. It was a clutch grab. 14 quant and 92 rarity. And I have all the dupe in the world except the only one that matters, currency dupe. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got map dupe, div dupe, unique dupe, scarab dupe, and currency dupe. That is some altars. Reported for duping. Legal duping. Okay, this is probably the best altars I've ever had. Divine didn't get duped. How much currency dupe do I have? 20%. We lost the 20% on the Divine. Oh, hang on. We have another Scarab dupe. Dude, what are these altars, this map? Holy shit. Titan gauntlets with 55 strength? That's max roll T1. That's 10 div? Damn. Okay, that's our second really good fracture. We'll put it next to this chest. Guys, I have great news. We got 300 gold. Happy to report, the Starfall clear is cleared. And we have once again lost 3 minutes of our lives that we can never get back. Lootge, 2 div. Oh shit. Okay, this was pretty sick. 4 raw div map. And I think there might still be some stuff at the Alvas. Oh, 5 raw div. Okay, and there's 1 more Alva. Okay, I'm just gonna go check for the thing now. It's a Great Wolf. Okay, what's the Great Wolf? Pierce chaos damage. Okay, it's bad. It's a good dust item though. This could be good. Oh, 3 div and 2 puzzle box. Okay, that was pretty sick. Okay, we'll be back in loot. I wanna see the things. 2 puzzle box, 1 div, 1 Sephiroth. Nice. Okay, now we're just checking for things because I'm curious. Ooh, even more things. 2 puzzle box. And finally, no things up here. Okay, that was a pretty good map. 4 div, 8 puzzle box. Okay, come on. Oh, there it is! Yes, but we didn't dupe it. Oh my god. Okay, luck. That was close. We almost didn't get anything good or anything really good. Whew. Okay, 157 div. Nice. Guys, I had 52% chance to dupe this. And it didn't dupe. We lost the coin toss. But we got a lock nonetheless. That's fucking awesome. Okay. 14C. 1X. 985 rares. That's the most rares I've had in a map, I think. That's a record. Holy shit, almost 10,000 blues. Jesus Christ. Okay, so 1 map before the last, we hit our best numbers. So 1 box, 1 divine. On the clear. What about the Alvas? Another puzzle box, another divine, abomination. I'm just gonna go and collect the thing, and another puzzle box. Oh wait, that's on the other Alva. Yeah, I'll just go and collect the things. We can come back and loot later. I'll check the T0 possibility. No. All right, 2 more. This one didn't ting. And the last one did ting. 3 div and a Tainted Exalt. Okay. Tainted Exalt is like 120C, I think. Yeah. 5 div, 3 puzzle box. I mean, that's pretty good. But yeah, no Bismuth and really bad altars on this one. No Affliction. Alright. That was the final map. Now I just gotta loot it and then we are ready for loot counting. Oh, okay, wait, the final, literally the final item I loot in the final map is a Royal Burger with max rolled T1 Chaos Res Fracture. That's 10 div 11 days ago though. And what if we don't care about the burger? Okay, what if we care about the fact that it has armor? Okay, it's about maybe 5 div. I don't know. We'll have to price check this again. Nice. Anyway, we are finished with 50 maps. And we got this, and that's it. And we spent a lot, and so we're gonna have to do some soul math. But first, I will take out the trash, as always, and then be back when that happens. Guys, we are back. I have sorted the tab, and we got all this stuff, okay? I took out some good scarabs. I took out a bunch of trash that nobody cares about. And this is what's left. So most of these are dust uniques. And then there is a bunch of simulacrums, some keys, some blueprints. Some really good maps. T16.5 Jungle Valleys. This is the maps that I've run. We got 22 back out of the 50. So like half sustained on our favorites. And we got another 18 other T16.5, which I horizoned into Canyon or Lighthouse. And then we got 24 plus 10, so 34 T17s back from this. We got 3 T0s, one of them was a dupe, so we got 2 T0s. And then we got some cool fractures, like a T1 ES Twilight Regalia, T1 Max Roll Strength Titan Gauntlets, a +1 arrow spine bow, and a perfect T1 Chaos Res Roll Royal Burger. Now I'm gonna get started and open our good friend. You all know him, the Windows calculator. And I'm gonna do the boring stuff. I'll price check all these dust uniques. These are just like 10, 20, 30, 50, 100C dust uniques, whatever. Add them up and then skip ahead and go to the good stuff. I also found 2 temples that I assembled from these runs. I just kind of looked at them, see if they have a Locus of Corruption or a Doriani. I got 1 Locus, 1 Doriani. This is like 1.7 div, this is like 100C. Whatever, 2 temples. Didn't really pay attention to the temples otherwise, but the good stuff is in here, of course. So let's find out how much we made. Oh shit, yo. My YouTube channel has passed 100 million views sometime this month. 100,580,000 views on YouTube. Holy shit. Guys, thanks for watching. That's pretty cool. That's an insane number. I can't even conceptualize that number. It's been like 10 years. It's like 1 Mr. Beast video on a bad day. Damn. That's sick. All right, back to pricing. Now, we're done with the boring stuff. Actually, not quite. I still need to do the Great Wolves. Okay, now, I'll just take out stuff that I've already priced. So, Enhance, 25C. We have a huge Gumba. A replica Dragon Fangs, and it's rolled Kinetic Bolt. Dog Poop. Alright, we have a Doriani Temple, 100C, and a 1.7 div Locust Temple. Divine current price, just start from the beginning. Ooh, it went down. Oh my, okay. 185. When I was rolling my maps, it was 200. it was exactly 200 to 1. So it's 185 right now. So 1.7 div is 130 C plus 185. Okay, temples are done. Sephiroth cards, I'm sure Wealthy Exile can do this. We found 2 Icy Brothers, which is a fracturing orb. In fact, I'm just gonna turn it in. That's 1 fracturing orb. That's cool. It's 2 fracturing orbs. That's very cool. And then we have 8 Sephiroth cards, so not quite 10, but close. And then we found some simulacrums. I'm sure Wealthy Exile can do this. We found 21 blueprints. Now let's check. They are 1 to buy at 28C, 1 to sell at 34, 35, 35. All those people have pretty big bulks, so we'll do 30. 630C in blueprints. 4 keys. Wealthy Exile can do that. Vol Pyramid map, 25C each. Museum map, 20C each. Coward's Trial, 30C each. You can always take out these maps if you don't want to value them. Single Elder map, 10C, whatever. Now, the good maps, we got 34 T17 Abomination. Current price of Abomination is 0.3 div each. These are very cheap. Abomination seems to be the worst performing T17 for money. 0.35. Want to sell is 0.3 across the board. So 0.3 times 185. So these are 55C each, 55.5C each. We got 34 of those, which is 1,887C in Abomination maps. 18 Canyon / Lighthouse. So Originator, not 8 mod. Okay, let's do 80. 80C they will sell. So we got 80 times 18. 1,440C of random Originator. And then we have 22 Jungle Valleys. Now, when I was buying these, they were 0.8 div, which at the time
Beautiful penis, Exile.
was 160C. Now Divine is less, but they're still 0.8. So now they're 145C. We got 22 of this. So that's 3,256C in Originator Jungle Valleys. Nice. Now, 3 T0s. T0s are 3 div for dust. In fact, they went up to 3.1, 2.9. They're about 3. Oh, maybe they're price fixed at 3? Okay, so it's looking like because mirror price is so high and people are dusting for their ships, they are, T0s are 3.5 div-ish. We can do like 3.3, probably insta-sell or fast sell. So we have 3 times 3.3. We have 10 div. 10 div of T0s. That would be 1,850 chaos. I will dust these, of course. And then finally, we got the fractures. Now, this 97 ES 85 Twilight Regalia, which is at least 8 div. I have valued my fractures in the Ritual project, in the previous project, very well. I valued them at 10. I had 2 good fractures, both valued at 10. One of them sold for 11 and one of them sold for 12. So I was really proud of myself for valuing that correctly and conservatively still. This is 1 for 8 one day ago, and then 10, he's AFK at 8, and then it's 10, 11, 12, 14. I think we'll do 9 as an insta-sell. I think 9 would sell pretty fast. This is 1 ES better than mine. 1,665C. This is done. Now we have this strength base, 1 div. I think we just do 1 div here. Just mentioning this here quickly for these gloves. Titan Gauntlets is the 2nd best armor base, apparently. And I valued this at 1 because the cheapest armor base fracture with perfect strength is 1 div. But the cheapest Titan Gauntlets with the same fracture is 10 div. Now the good one is the Leviathan. That one's like 35 div. But just making it clear, it might be more than 1 div. I valued it at 1. Maybe it's anywhere from 2 to 10. It's kind of hard to value. I don't know how much people value the 2nd best strength base. There might be another couple of divines missing here from these gloves. I don't know. Bow is like 80C. And then we have the perfect Chaos Res fracture on a Royal Burger, which is 10 div. But if it's not a royal burger, if it's just a helmet with a lot of armor and no ES, no evasion, then it's 5 div, Sem Knight helmet. Little worst base, siege helmet, 5 div. The royal burgers are 10. Royal burger is once again not the best base, it's probably the second best. We'll go with the 5. Again, we might be missing some value here, but I like to be conservative, so we'll value this at 5. It might be 10. You can always take out the fractures if you don't want to value them. You find a lot of fractures here. I could have found a +2 bow, which is like 40 div or something, or many div. So, you know, you can always find good stuff. I will value them because I found them. If you don't want to, take them out and redo the calculation on your own time. So 925C for the Royal Burger. Now, we are done with the boring stuff. Sorry that took a while. Quick, last boring thing. The Scarab tab, BCF Scarab at 185 Chaos price and 50% Ninja price. Select tab, boom. We have 308C worth of shitty Scarabs in here at 50% PoE Ninja, insta-sell, plus 300C, and we're done with the boring stuff. Now, for the much more exciting stuff. How much did this cost? Here is how much I spent on rolling and purchasing these maps. I used 4,500 Chaos, and 100 Exalts, and 30 Annul, and 50 Deli Orb, and Map Device, and Scarabs. Whew. Okay, let's do some pricing. It's time for the second Windows calculator. Let's calculate how much I spent on one map, and then 50x it to arrive at the final number. I used 4,500 Chaos. I used 100x at, I believe it was 30C each at the time. It's 3,000. Plus Annuls were just a couple, I think 4C each, yeah. So I used 120C on Annuls, and I used 100 pack size chisels. That's 10,000, yes, plus 10,000. Okay, Split Beast, 25 times 60, 1,500, plus 25 Jungle Valley, 4,000 on Jungle Valley. Okay, we have arrived at how much I spent on the maps, not including Scarabs and Map Device yet. So this is 23,120C on 50 maps. So let's go back to one map because we're about to add the Scarabs. So I spent 462 Chaos on each map, plus Scarabs, plus Deli Orbs. But from here on out, we have the each. So we have easy adding. So 30C on Deli Orb, 3C on Map Device, 25C on Scarab Champions, and another 25C because it's 2 of them. 6C on Evolution, 3C on Invasion, 13C on Wisp. That's how much I spent per map. Uh-oh. Times 50. I spent 28,370C on this entire project. The math is done. Now we take this away. 28,370. We are at a negative 14,000 Chaos. But we are about to Wealthy Exile. I'm gonna take out the lock for now to arrive at the conservative stuff. So we have to add edit tabs, go to hardcore, go back to softcore. We are pricing the currency tab and the Alva tab. That's it. Everything else is already priced in. So currency, Alva, and 325 divs in there. Holy. Okay. Not bad. Without the lock. Without the lock, guys. 92 raw div. Why does it say 92? Why does it value 93 div as 92 div? Guys. Wealthy Exile is a little stupid right now. I'm getting taxed on my own tabs. Okay. Because it's pricing C at 183 and it's 185, so it's, guys, whatever, close enough, okay? -1 div, it's embezzling my funds. Okay, 37 div of puzzle boxes, that seems correct. 24 div in Chaos. Its value in Chaos at 183. It's pretty close. It's 185. I'm not gonna mince words over that. Fracture Orbs at 7.9 div. They're actually 8 point... Yeah, they're 8. Okay, that's fine. Exalts at 31C. Okay. Sephiroth cards. Sure. Stack deck. 2.6C. Who's buying stack decks at 2.6C? Jesus. Simulacrums at 60. Yeah. This is looking good, guys. We made 325 divs plus whatever we took out earlier, or whatever was left here. So how much is this in div? 185. So we're at negative 80 div plus 325 div. We made 244.85 divs over 50 maps, not including the lock. That is very nice. So you're not actually just reliant on a mirror drop, you are making money. Over 50 maps, so 4.9 div profit per map. How long did it take to run? It took 9 minutes, sorry, 9 minutes 30 average, so 9.5 minutes per map, times 50 is 475 minutes, over 60, that's 7.9 hours, is 31 div per hour, without the lock. Again, this is a giga hard, but giga high currency strat. That is actually insane, that even without the lock, it's so much. That is so much. So you're making a lot of money and you are waiting for the big lock and mirror drops. That is insane, actually. I was expecting way lower numbers, but that's what we made. That's crazy. Let's do the calc now with the lock. Again, there will be comments like, oh, you shouldn't count this, you shouldn't count that. We found 2 T0s. Every 13th T0 on average will be a Mage Blood, okay? That's 130 div right now. Mage Bloods went down for some reason. If you don't want to value 10 div of T0s and you don't want to value 10 div of Fractures, you just take out 20 div, okay? It's not that hard. Then you made this much over 50 maps. Do your own calculations. Whatever you want to value, whatever you don't want to value, that's up to you. I value everything because we found it, okay, during the strat. Anyway, we also found a lock, which is 158 divines right now, which adds quite a bit to our profit. Over 50 maps, that's 8 div profit per map, over 7.9 hours, that's 51 div per hour. Let's fucking go. Okay, this strat is insane, but it is also insanely hard. This is not a great character for the strat. It's good enough, it can do it, but you're better off making a cheap headhunter character. Cheap, I mean cheap in terms of late league at this point. You can make it 200-300 divs, put a headhunter on, you put an exploding wand on, maybe exploded chests, some explode clusters, and it'll carry, it'll blow up the strat. Full disclosure, I bricked 5 Alvas out of the 200 that I ran. I found 3 Starfall craters out of the 50 maps, so, you know, no Swollen, of course, but you will find some Starfall craters if you want to run them. You are also fishing for Swollen a little bit because you are running Settlers on almost every map. I put Domination on a couple of maps that I felt like I needed a little bit more power. If it was like a double tank mod, I was afraid if I get Affliction that they're going to be like unrunnable, so I put Domination on a couple. Mostly run Settlers, and I clicked pretty much all red altars. Blue altars are a little better. Wow, this is insanely based strategy. Scarabs are not very expensive. Maps are expensive. You can spend a lot of currency and time rolling them, but it's worth. It is extremely worth, as you can see. I only found 4 Sacred Orbs. I think that's a little unlucky. The lock is a little lucky, but at any point you can find a 1000 Exalt Mirror and then it's insane profit. This is probably the most likely that you can find a mirror currently in the game, is this strategy. You can lean in more into the currency if you want to use currency chisels. I elected for pack size chisel because it's just more mobs, and then you can roll the maps for higher currency. I already mentioned the Scarabs at the start, but you can replace the Wisp Scarab with Nemesis. Horn Scarab of Nemesis adds more mods to the maps. It's better if you don't find a Bismuth, and it's better if you have Wildwood on the map, because if you have Wildwood on the map, then the Wisp Scarab is pretty bad. Magic Pack Size Scarab is also good. I'm actually tempted to just rerun this and do the same exact setup, except the Wisp Scarab, drop it, and just go Nemesis. There is also a strat where you Wildwood fish and you only run maps with Wildwood. In that case, you don't spend too much on rolling the map. The Scarabs are kinda cheap, so you would do just 8 mod T16.5 Jungle Valleys, stuff that you can run, whatever you can find on trade in bulk. You buy a bunch of 8-mod jungles and you just put in the scarabs and just spam open, check if there's a wildwood. If there isn't, just leave, go next, and that's probably the most likely that you can find mirrors and locks by running only those maps with wildwood. You can even skip wildwoods that are bad. You only run like the good blue, good yellow, or triple juice combo wildwoods. That is pretty unhinged, but if you want to fish for mirrors and locks, that's probably the best way to do it. Anyway, incredibly base strat, really fun, pretty stressful. Maybe also worth mentioning that if your character is slower, you can get away with 2 evolution shrines, but it's of course you're missing out on a scarab by then if you do that. So instead of the flex scarab, so instead of the wisp or nemesis, you put in a second evolution, and they only have to do 2 alvas per evolution shrine. I really enjoyed the strat. It was fun. Kind of reminded me of the old headhunter stuff, running those alvas and killing hundreds of rares in each alva. So that was really cool. Pretty based, insane currency, gold. Okay, also it's insane gold. It's ridiculous gold. I made 8.8 million gold over 50 maps. That's insane. This much gold over 50 maps, 177,000 gold per map. It's ridiculous gold. Anyway, guys, that's been based or cringe for this league. It might be the last episode, unless there's another one, in which case it's not the last episode. But if it is, there will be a tier list of all the strats that we tested this league, like we do every league. So look forward to that video. And yeah, press the YouTube buttons, you know, like and subscribe and all that stuff. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Cool strat. See you in the next video. Bye.